Today, I am excited to share with you two great books set right here in the bustling city of Seoul in South Korea. One is a modern story that will hook you in straight away and keep you guessing, while the other transports you to Seoul in the 19th century, and it's filled with drama and intrigue. So let's dive into these fantastic reads. First off is the modern one. It's called The Year We Fell Apart by a talented new author, Sue Wiley. The story follows Yujin, a young woman studying at the prestigious Ewha University. She's brilliant, hardworking, basically overachieving, and she excels in every aspect of her life. However, beneath the surface, all is not well. She's really suffocating under the expectations of Korean society and her family. And then she dies. Her death looks like a suicide, but is it a murder? And now we are hooked and start to learn more about her life through Min, her American boyfriend of Korean descent. He's struggling to find his own place in the world. Then there's this police detective, Scruffy, demons of his own. And her father, who's of all things a super high-ranking military official. So now I realise the military here is a pretty big deal. So back to Yujin and her death. As the mystery unfolds, I kept changing my mind every few pages on what happened. And at the same time, I'm really enjoying being on the streets of Seoul, eating good food, hanging out, feeling the vibe. There is also a contrast in the book of the rural city where Yujin grew up and first started dreaming about escaping to Seoul. The descriptions are true to life and immersive. It's really a wonderful read that delivers a great exploration of the clash between modern society today and traditional Korean values, with, a touch of rebellion thrown in. Read this if you enjoy a mystery and like really getting under the skin of characters to understand their hopes and desires. Let's dive into the second book. It's called Beasts of the Little Land by Joo-ha Kim. This book takes us directly into the Japanese occupation of Korea during the 19th century and its turbulent times ahead. It all begins on a snowy winter's day when a hunter ventures up into the mountains to search for food for his very hungry children, only to find himself face to face with a tiger and then the Japanese army. This one unexpected encounter sets the stage for a series of twists and turns through this whole epic tale. Moving from the mountains in the north, we now arrive onto the streets of Seoul and get a taste of life over the decades. From the slums, to the high-ranking houses, to the shops, to the bustling markets. We meet a brave young activist and follow the lives of various individuals whose fates become intertwined in so many surprising ways. Some are simply trying to survive, while others are actively resisting the Japanese occupation and fighting for Korean independence. I found myself emotionally invested in each of their stories. But the true magic in this tale is deciding who you want to survive. Is it Jungho, the street urchin, turned gang leader, turned resistance runner? Or maybe Jade, a beautiful young girl who was sold into a courtesan house as a 10-year-old. One of these book's standout features is the author's vivid portrayal of Seoul as an emerging city and the Korean culture. The fluid writing makes you feel like you're right here, smelling that spicy kimchi and experiencing the tension of occupation. As someone with little knowledge of Korean history, I found the incorporation of actual real historical events into the story to be an eye-opener. The book delivers an insider's perspective on the hardships faced by Korean people during these times. Read this if you enjoy historical fiction with a touch of drama. This is definitely a must-read for fans of memoirs of a geisha. I highly recommend both these books. They capture the vibrancy of modern and historical Seoul in their own unique ways and provide fascinating perspectives on Korean culture. Both books I chose to recommend were selected as my favourites from a big bunch of reads. However, later I realised both are written by American authors with connections to Korea. I find with books set in Asia that I often prefer Western writing styles. However, you may have different tastes. If you're interested in reading a book by a Korean author, there are many to pick from. One that I recommend checking out is The Vegetarian by Han Kang. It's a little bit weird in a good way. For more fun in Seoul, check out my other videos on exciting places to visit. Or there's another playlist with recommendations for books to read in different cities around the world. Annyeong Gaspo from Seoul in South Korea.